So it begins. Life on the road. I'm back out into the wilds. Back to the middle of nowhere, Alabama. Plenty of bugs on my windshield. Back to green grass and big oak trees. Back to work. After spending an entire day at Walt Disney World, it feels kind of weird actually to be back out here again. Kind of wish I had a little bit more time at home rather than just one day off. Though it was one day off that I really wasn't expecting. Not expecting at all. I'm getting a weird aroma. A strange aroma. It's not the water. It could possibly be where I'm parked at the very moment. Could be. I'm in Union Springs, Alabama. Yeah, Union Springs, Alabama. I had to think for a second. Sometimes I just go and I forget where I am most of the time. But I'm here. I made it to my destination in Alabama where I need to be. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I was actually once here about 2 years ago, this town. And I was stuck here for like 2 days. No cell phone service, no nothing. It's one of those places. But the town itself is pretty rich with history. About 2 years ago, Roxanne Riskin and myself put out a book called A Road Less Traveled, where I drove all around the country documenting images in black and white using this product right here, Google Glass. And this was one of the towns I actually ended up shooting quite a few pictures in, and a commercial for the book that I did. I was here so early before my delivery that, this was way before the Segway days, I parked my truck way down the road and went to the historic district where they have an old cemetery, an old kind of main street that really doesn't have nothing on it except for like an old ice cream parlor or soda fountain shop, whatever they call it. And above it is an old hotel, and then an extremely old cemetery and one of those jails that actually hung people and stuff. And during the commercial that I was making for the book, it was brought to my attention that there's a lot of ghost hunting in this town, that the cemetery is extremely haunted, that the soda fountain shop, the ice cream place, was extremely haunted. Upstairs in the hotel was extremely haunted, and they had these ghost tours, and you could do all that and then spend the rest of the night in the jail and just sit quietly under the hangman's noose inside the jail for hours or something, which sounded like a blasphemy because I'm not a big believer in ghosts or anything like that. But I kind of did some of that stuff, not going on the tour specifically, but doing it myself. Why am I doing air quotes? I don't know. But I had a lot of fun in this town and spent hours after midnight just wandering the streets and shooting video, walking around talking to spirits. I had ghost hunting equipment at the time. I had EMF readers and stuff like that I downloaded from the Play Store and iTunes on Apple. And kind of tried to do a semi-professional ghost hunt at the time. It was exciting. And I'm here now. I have 2 days to get back to Florida. If I could find a place to park my truck, I'm actually thinking about taking the Segway out and doing a daytime 2-year anniversary go through town type thing, because this is about the same time of year that I did that video 2 years ago, because my book was released in November and it took a couple months, to get everything ready, and this was about the same time. Might be able to do that today, not sure. If not, plans are just to head back down to Florida and prepare. We do have a hurricane coming in 3 days, I believe. I don't know if it's going to hit. It looks like at the model show it's coming up from Key West and it's going to engulf the whole state and just move north. So if that happens, yeah, I need to be there. I need to be home. So kind of looking forward to that, and I would like to go back to the theme parks Saturday or Friday evening, before, well before the storm hits, at least a couple hours before, not well before, and shoot video about the theme park preparation for a big storm. And when Volcano Bay would be a perfect place to ride out the hurricane. I mean, it's not going to happen, but it would be awesome. While I'm still sitting here waiting to get loaded, I am backed into a door. I think I'm almost done and almost ready to head south to Florida. Figured I might as well break out the whiteboard and kind of come up with my plans of what I'm doing over the next couple months. This is what I got. This is what I'm working on. This is what I'm working with. Would you look at that? Some amazing plans. Not sure if it's all going to come to fruition, but at least I'm starting the first stages. The first stages, well, the planning stages. To head to my next destination, and then Orlando. The thing that makes it pretty difficult is I have 0 cell phone service, and I don't know where I'm going. To my second place, I shouldn't be here too long, and then I get a mosey on south. Watch this guy. Watch what he's doing over here. There's really no parking, and he's trying to wiggle it in. He's doing a pretty good job of it, but that's kind of dangerous because you never know what you're going to hit. But he's doing a pretty good job. I'm not going to help him. A good driver would get out there and help him back in. When I went inside to let them know I was here, he was in there and he wasn't a very nice guy, so let him struggle. It's karma. It's karma. Well, I have turned around in Alabama, did what I needed to do, and now I'm on my way back to Florida to prepare for the storm, even though it kind of looks like the hurricane is here. Look at all these leaves blowing. All the leaves blowing. I mean, I know it's hard to see with the rain, but it's like the storm has already arrived. Look at that. You can't see the traffic on the other side. Well, look at my lane. I'm heading south in Florida. I-75 south. Pretty clean, nice road. Northbound on the other side of those trees, they're not so lucky. Look at that traffic. Northbound, everybody is fleeing from this hurricane. There's a break in the trees. Look at that northbound traffic. Getting the heck out of Dodge. Not me. I run in to face my fears. Well, that's me though. I'm 100% man, all man. Look at me. I'm just saying. In a day or so, I'm going to be stuck in that. I'm going to be stuck in all that traffic. Hopefully all these people will have moved by then. Because it's going to take days to get out of the state. On my way down here to my yard, I'm at my yard right now, but you guys seen that traffic. When I took my exit, I almost couldn't take the exit because everybody and their mother was pulling in to get fuel at the gas stations that are on the freeway exit. So I decided to come to the yard and get my fuel and stock up. Once the camera's starting to get all cocky, I don't know. Figured why not do it all here and not deal with all that stuff. I guess it's gonna be a worse storm than I thought. I haven't been able to really watch the news. I only learn what I know from social media because I don't really have access to all that stuff out here on the road. But if the storm is bad and we do end up losing power and everything, at least I know we have this that fills up that and that, because the temperature needs to stay at that. It's been a couple years since we actually had to worry about hurricane preparation, at least in this neck of the woods. But in my line of work, it's actually not as difficult to prep for a storm as for a lot of people. But I do have two kids that live, two of my kids live right here in town, or my daughter does, and her fiance, and then my son lives in Tampa, so I can't really help him too much, but I'm probably going to have to do a little hurricane prep for them, or help them out just a little bit. But first, I need to take care of this. Well, I was planning on doing a little bit of work and getting some wood and stuff like that for my kids, but I got notified that the business that I'm delivering to tomorrow would like to get this load early, just because the storm's coming and they don't want to wait till the last minute to get all this chicken in the freezer. So all I had time for was a quick shower and back out of here on the road. I can't believe the northbound traffic. I swear, I'm the only one on the road heading southbound, or, well, not really southbound, heading into Orlando. Everybody and their mother is leaving, though. Look at that. Look at those cars. Hundreds of miles of cars. It's probably like that all the way to Key West. All I know is when I leave Universal Studios here in just an hour or two after I get unloaded, I am not bringing the turnpike or the major interstate system back home. It's not going to happen. It's going to be back roads for me. I'm not going to deal with that. Just hop on a Banshee. Not a good day at all. And not a good vlog. Very non-cohesive, right? I mean, at first, I remember my first videos this morning, I was heading up into Alabama and then picking up a load coming back here to Orlando. And me forgetting to put things in airplane mode. I'm sorry, guys. But I get back to Wildwood, did my fueling up, you know, preparation for the hurricane, get everything all good to go in case I get to stay here throughout the storm. And then my company called me and goes, hey, that place you're delivering to, will take it today. They want you to get down here really fast so they can unload this so they can do their own hurricane preparation. I get here and they go, no, we never said nothing about that. No, you could have stayed at home and did your preparation. You know, we scheduled you for 6 o'clock in the morning. Great. Now I'm down here, not far from Universal Studios, which is just that way. Universal Studios is just over here. I mean, I could have been goofing off there all day. I don't know. But so Universal Studios right over there, along with the turnpike is right over there. But I swear, from Key West, Florida, all the way to the Georgia state line, non-stop. It's just traffic. Everybody is stopped, dead stopped. I think they're moving a couple inches an hour or something. So just to drive the 35 miles home, it'll probably take me 6 hours. I mean, yeah, I could take back roads and hit every single stoplight, you know, on, I don't even know, I guess 441 or 301. I don't know what road I would take home. I think I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit here in this parking lot until 6 o'clock in the morning and not do nothing. I'm sorry. Talk about terrible, terrible content. But if they get to keep me here throughout the storm, it could be a bonus. I mean, I got my drone. It's sitting in Wildwood right now. I can go ahead. I let somebody borrow it last month. I can grab my drone back, get some aerial footage of some damage. Hopefully there's not too much damage. But maybe a tree branch will fall off or something, and get some pictures and video of that. I mean, I'm sure more than that's going to happen. Seems like a lot of people are worried, especially a lot of people in the South Florida area, because if it comes in there, that's where those strong 185 mile an hour winds are going to be. And 185 mile an hour winds are nothing to mess with. I mean, nothing. So I understand while Key West and Miami and stuff are evacuating and heading up this way, but I can't figure out how come people here in Orlando are going all the way up to the Georgia border. I don't get it. Even if it's a Category 5 when it hits, it's probably, by the time it gets to us, it'll probably be a Category 3. And Disney doesn't even really close on a Category 3. They may. Who knows? But I don't. They never have in the past. I think Matthew was the only time they actually really closed in quite a long time. We'll just have to see. It's not a big deal in this part of Florida, I don't think. It could be. It couldn't be. People are getting prepared. It's just when you have to work and you drive and you have to deal with these roadways, it puts a damper on your job a little bit. I don't know. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to hang out here and talk to you guys tomorrow. And we'll find out what's going on then. We'll find out more as the day progresses tomorrow, exactly where the storm's going to be, where it's going to come in. Maybe they'll tighten down the storm track just a little bit. I don't know. I'm still debating in my head. Do I want to be here for the storm? I mean, I know my kids are going to be fine. I'm not worried. If I was worried, I'd be with them, take them, and we'd go up to the state line too and get a hotel or something. But I think everybody is pretty safe where they're at. So I'm debating whether to tell my company, yeah, just continue me working. I think everybody will be fine down here. But then again, I'm kind of curious, I'm worried a little bit. What if something does bad happen? I should be here. Not that I'm not a person that is that well equipped to help out after a storm, but you never know. I mean, I'm sure I can move a twig or something. I mean, I can't pick up a log. I'm not that strong, but I could pick up twigs and I could rake leaves after the storm. I mean, yeah, I'll probably exhaust myself if I do that. But it's worth it. It's worth that strenuous labor of picking up a rake and getting the leaves out of the yard just to help a friend or a family member. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you on the next one. Sorry about this terrible daily vlog, but hate that when it happens. You're ready to sign off and go, talk to you guys on the next one. And then you get a phone call and it's your employer being really cool. My employer is really awesome. And they just go, I told them what happened with me stuck here. They said, well, we're going to leave it up to you. What do you want to do? We'll pay you by the hour, and you can just sit here, or you can have the option just to go back out, fight traffic, and go home and come back down here in the morning. No, I don't feel like coming down here and dealing with all that. I think I'm just going to hang out and maybe Uber, maybe head over to Universal Studios, hang out at the Hard Rock for a little bit, and come back over here late tonight and just crash out. Storms kind of throw a wrench in the gears, right? That's what seems to be going on. All right, once again, everybody, I love you all. Peace out.